죄송합니다.
둘이 스파이? 둘이 스파이. 스파이세요? 헐.
이거.
와, 이거.
This episode of the Kingdom Podcast is brought to you by IU Philippines. Don't forget to support IU and stream both of her new music videos, LILAC and Coin, on YouTube. And stream her music on all your favorite music streaming apps. To be updated on all things IU, you can follow IU Philippines via their social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at IU Phils.
The views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom Podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
After 3 long years,
Welcome back, Commander.
here we are again.
Say what?
Again with the angst, the controversy, and wit that can withstand anything or anyone it's up against. Here to give you the scoop about K-pop and other crap you can think of, the prima donna of K-pop radio is back. Better, stronger, and well, he's still the rowdy asshole everyone expects him to be. Thy kingdom come! Welcome the evil stepchild of SLR the podcast, the Kingdom Podcast. And here he is, the man of the hour, the best among the rest, and your resident K-pop critic, the voice, DJ Yuuki.
Hey, welcome back to the podcast. It is a Wednesday afternoon in the Philippines. It's actually the 31st of March. What the hell? Tapos na yung March. First quarter is already done, yet here we are, still in ECQ. So great. Welcome back to the podcast. This is the Kingdom Podcast, brought to you by Anchor.fm. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, on Anchor, all in the same name, at the Kingdom Pod PH. This show will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to, your podcast episodes now. And we've been getting a lot, to be honest with you guys, thank you so much for all of the support. I've been getting a lot of listens per week when it comes to the podcast episodes that we're releasing. Last week we had the awesome dudes from the Untitled K-pop podcast, which are been getting a lot of listens. So thank you so much, you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. And speaking of listens, man, here in the Kingdom Podcast, we've been doing this for almost a year now, and there's always this recurring theme that we gotta beat this episode when it comes to listen count. We gotta beat this episode, and for some reason, it's not for some reason, but we can't really beat this episode, and hopefully we can, lightning can strike twice when it comes to guesting them again on the podcast, +1 this time around. And I am super excited because we're going to talk about IU again, and IU just released this awesome album, which I gotta be honest, haven't listened to it yet, but I've listened to LILAC, and oh my god, what a fucking song. I love it so much. So please welcome back on the show IU Philippines' own Sebseb and Marg, and of course the lovely Loren. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Sino yun?
Hello.
Sino yun? Si Loren ba yun?
Hello.
Yes.
Hi Loren. Hi guys. How are you
Hi.
guys doing?
Hi.
How's the
Doing fine.
We're ECQ again. Kamusta? May pasok ba tayo? Do we have
Yes.
work? School? Whatnot?
Yes, I have work from home.
Oh my God. How I wish I would have work from home. You know, the company, we gotta go, blah, blah, blah. May car ka naman, di ba? Parang, okay. It sucks. But anyway, thank you guys for, guesting here on the podcast again. Alam mo, to be honest, you're probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest, responding fan clubs as far as podcast guesting goes. Thank you guys so much. You guys really hold a special place in my heart talaga.
Aww.
So, no gatherings? Walang hosting gig, Marge?
Wala nga eh.
Kailangan na natin mag-gathering, guys. It's
Yes.
it gets to us psychologically. It helps us cope. But again, thank you so much, guys, for guesting here again. If you guys don't know, Marg and Sebseb have already been here. Again, it's the most listened to episode that we had here in the podcast, basically podcast history. But we got new blood here. May first blood tayo. We got Loren here. Loren,
Hello.
let me get to know you a little bit. I don't care about these two guys. Pakialam dyan sa dalawang yan. Nag-guess na yan. But I want to get to know Loren a little bit. Loren,
Yes po.
so have we met?
No.
Oh, we haven't met. So Marge, she's not there. She wasn't there. Dun sa gathering before.
Wala siya.
Wala siya.
Wasn't
Oh.
there.
Nasan ka?
One time na ako naka-attend ng IU Philippines gathering kasi I'm in province po.
Oh shoot. Okay. So what gathering did you go to?
It was in 2015. IU's
Oh shit,
birthday
it's been a while.
gathering.
It's been a while.
Yes. I was so little back then. I was the youngest in the fan club that time. I was only 14. When I attended.
Shoot. That is awesome. So 2015. So alam na natin edad niyo, guys. Okay. So back in 2014, 2015, you attended. How did you attend? Like nasa Manila ka lang at that time? Ganun?
Nasakto na I had a vacation with my family that time. So nag-coincide na my IUPH gathering. So I grabbed it.
The opportunity. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so how long have you been with IU Philippines?
I started to become an admin
Mm-hmm.
years ago. Pero ngayon na ako officially na-add as part of the admin team. Before kasi I was only handling the Facebook group.
Okay, so social media.
Yes. And now I
Ah.
handle also both Facebook page and Twitter.
Ooh, what a stressful thing to do. You guys, ito initiation talaga ni Loren to no? Kasi, back then I used to have a part of a fan club as well, and I was the social media guy. And I gotta say, if you guys want to be admins,
Yes.
social media really has its perks, pero guys, that's a big responsibility, and I know what
Yes.
you're going through, Loren, and but I reckon that the IUPH admins doesn't give you a hard time naman, right? Because these
Hindi
guys
naman.
are kind people. I like them. I like you,
Pinapahirapan
IUPH.
ka ba, Loren?
Hindi naman. I enjoy it naman.
Pag pinahirapan ka, sumbong mo kay Marge. Marge, si Kuya Sebseb po kasi ganito. All right, so you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. So before that, Loren, when did you start standing IU?
2014?
Talaga, matagal na.
Yes. Super. I was only 11 or 12.
What was
I
the first song?
stumbled
Whoa.
I stumbled upon her vid on YT singing
What video?
Raindrop.
Oh, Raindrop.
She was singing in an orchard hall at Japan that time.
Okay. So ever since it's all downhill from there.
Yes.
Yeah, merch here, gathering there. Oh man. There's something always about K-pop that I always say is when it comes to K-pop, when you start standing K-pop, or what we call back then spazzing, if you start spazzing K-pop, it's all downhill from there. Wala na tayo magagawa. Our wallet is depleted. We have a social responsibility with our peers, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, I always term it as downhill for the comedy, but it's not really downhill. It's something really rewarding, especially when you get to talk to people that share your own liking, I guess, in lack of proper term. So there's always that kind of positive feel to it. So yeah, Loren, welcome to the podcast. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you.
I hope we remain friends after the show. Kasi this show tend to be a bit controversial. And speaking of controversy, we're going to talk about a little bit of controversy for you guys. Things that normally are being talked about inside like closed doors and ayaw malaman ng ibang tao, but here we are. We're going to tackle all of them for you guys. So we'll get to our first topic when we return from a commercial break. When we come back, more of Loren, Marg, and Sebseb and IU Philippines on the Kingdom Podcast. Don't go away, you guys.
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Hey you. Doing this podcast thing for years now, I've always been an advocate to start your own podcast. Regardless if you talk about K-pop, science, news, politics, showbiz, start doing it because podcasting is growing very quickly, not just in the Philippines, but also worldwide. There's a whole lot of new shows out there, and we as podcasters need to stay informed in order to stay relevant. The best way to do that is with data, numbers, and analytics. Something to keep track of how you're doing. And the best way to get it all in one place is Podmetrics, your one-stop shop for all your podcast data needs. Podmetrics combines data from Anchor, Spotify, Chartable, Facebook Live, and YouTube in order to show you the real picture of how your show is doing. And when you know your show, you can grow your show. The best part is it's absolutely free. Sign up now at podmetrics.co. That's podmetrics.co. And don't forget to use the referral code The Kingdom Podcast. No spaces. Podmetrics, the only analytics you'll ever need for your podcast.
You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All our episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and on Anchor.fm. Your weekly dose of K-pop is now back.
Hey, welcome back to the podcast. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, Anchor, all in the same name at The Kingdom Pod PH. Help us, social media namin, guys. We need more likes, we need more follows. You guys have been awesome, tweeting us out always, and commenting on stuff. Also, please follow us on Spotify. It really does help us out. The Spotify link is basically located on every tweet that we have when it comes to anything podcast related. So please follow us on Spotify. It helps us out. Keeps us going. Just so that also we know that we have people listening, and we really do have people listening. So thank you so much, you guys. You're still with me, Yuuki, with the three awesome admins of IU Philippines, Loren, Marg, and Sebseb. We were just talking off air how pinahihirapan nila si Loren. Grabe ka, Marg!
Oy!
Guys, if you're part of IU Philippines, tas may nakikita nagko-comment na admin yung Marg, sungit yun. Si Marg na ang favorite color is black. Seb! Kamusta ka na? Dati ang tahimik mo, ngayon ang tahimik mo pa rin, para kang CG. Nagmana. So, before we get to the topic, what's IUPH been doing recently? What do you guys may mga pa-event ba kayo on the group page, or do you have anything that you promote on your Twitter page, anything like that?
Sinong gusto magsalita?
IU Philippines has prepared comeback projects po, which is mostly tapos na ngayon.
Oh.
And pero there are more that UNA should look forward to, and soon to be announced by IU Philippines.
See, you guys. I'm excited. Can I be part of IU Philippines again? Parang
Sure.
gusto ko na naman ang may gagawin eh, no? But anyway, so let's get to the topics. So she just released this awesome album. I mean, you guys, parang ang hirap i-dethrone ni IU as far as consistently putting out such awesome songs, and there's just something about her that makes me feel really happy when it comes to releasing songs and coming back. When was the last IU comeback? It's been a while, no?
Yes.
Anong last song niya?
comeback ko ay
Was it the Blooming album?
Love poem.
Yeah, Love Poem, right?
Love.
So when
Pero nag-release siya ng single.
Single.
Love Poem was back in 2000 20 19.
Thank you.
Ah, okay. And then she released she released 8, right?
Yes.
2020. So, she's not really
Featuring Suga.
featuring Suga, produced by Suga. So, she's really not absent per se, right? She we've been getting still our dose of IU. But I want to ask you guys, I don't know if you guys talked about this yet or not. Like, is LILAC the album basically the sign of the end for IU as a singer? What do you guys think? Let's start with Seb, because this is Seb. Super tahimik. Seb. Seb, what do you think? Like, is this possibly, the last album, if not the second to the last?
For me, hindi naman siguro. Siguro nung una, akala ko talaga magiging parang last album niya na yun. Kasi syempre, mababasa mo pa lang yung di ba?
Right.
Yung mga titles, epilogue agad yung dulo. Pero yung nung in-explain niya naman na yung album is described as her love letter sa 20s niya. So technically hindi pa siya last album before retirement, but rather a farewell bid lang sa 20s era niya. Na pero instead of being melodramatic sa mga kanta, nagpakita siya na thankful siya sa 20s niya dahil sa mga natutunan niya like self-love, ganon, which is great. Tsaka kakaiba siya kasi she bid farewell and at the same time greet her next chapter strongly. Kaya for me ang ganda nung album talaga.
What the hell? I didn't really expect you to say something like that. What a good way to say things like that, Seb. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good take on it. Probably she's just saying goodbye to her 20s, kasi she's now turning 28 come May, right? Tama ba? Yeah, I think we're the same age. Yeah. So ang birthday niya, as far as I can remember, birthday niya 16, mine is 17, and then si March 18, right?
15.
Shoot, right. 15, 16, 17 pala. Shit, right. So, yeah, things like that. I think we're in the same age, IU and I, now when it comes to saying goodbye to your 20s. I'm a bit confused though, Seb. You say that she's probably saying goodbye to her 20s. Does this mean that the next album that she will be releasing, probably pag nag 30 na siya, like in 3 years? 2 years? Do you think that the next full-length album or any kind of EP pag like 2 years pa and she's just gonna focus on doing her drama stint?
Personally, di ko alam, so no comment ako doon kasi si Ayos full of surprises talaga eh. So hindi mo masyadong mape-predict kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin. Bigla na lang siyang lalabas. Tapos hello, I'm the queen. Tada.
That's a good
Ganun si Ayo eh.
good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Marg, how say you? Go ba?
I
Is this
think
the
it's
end?
not the end. No.
No.
There is an interview about her goals. She wanted to sing until she's 60.
Whoa. Okay.
Also, she said that she didn't want to be number one in chart always, but she wants constant listener. So, ayaw niya yung lagi lang siyang number
Ayun
one
yung
kapag
pressure.
charts and all. Gusto niya yung papakinggan mo siya all throughout. Parang hindi yung kailan lang siya bago. Gusto niya
Right.
kung kailan mo siya hangga't kailan mo siya gusto pakinggan. Parang ganun yung sinabi niya.
Okay. So, you as a fan don't think at all na eto na yon, like sign na to. Hindi pa naman.
Not at all. Siguro she'll have sidelines. Halimbawa, magre-release siya ng song and then gagawa siya ng drama. Which is ginagawa niya
Ginagawa naman na
ngayon.
niya.
Parang ganun lang.
Okay. How say you, Loren?
I'm confident na this is not her last album. As you all know, IU's 20s have made her the person she is today. So LILAC symbolizes the memories of youth. So she's basically just saying goodbye to her 20s. And LILAC is also a symbol of a fresh start, of spring and renewal. So that's why at the same time, she's ready to move forward and reap what her 30s has to offer. So in short, goodbye to her 20s and hi to her 30s. But no, this is not the end. Yun po.
Ang sakit naman nung goodbye to your 20s. Parang, ang lapit-lapit ko naman na doon. Nakakainis naman. But yeah, you know, I can't, obviously can't disagree with you guys on that. I would feel awful if I know na si IU, she's, just gonna focus on her drama stint now. Which is, she's somewhat focusing on it as well naman. Obviously, she's releasing more dramas or she's acting more compared to releasing songs. But when she releases songs or albums, talagang what the hell? Like it's like that she hasn't skipped any sort of beat. So in that sense, I agree with you guys that and I'm hoping that it's not the end. But I just hope that she releases and like what she said, na I don't want to be constantly on top. Probably the pressure isn't really gonna help her produce more songs. It's something that she wants to consistently do, but it doesn't really matter to her if ever that she wins or not. Just as long as she can still provide the music, which she has already been providing for years now. And I'm to be honest, I'm really happy. I love this song. Haven't listened to the album yet, but you guys listened to the whole album, right? How'd you like it?
Yes.
What's the best song in the album, Sebseb?
Maisi. Oh, sorry.
What?
Maisi.
Maisi.
Ah, okay. Shit, I gotta listen to this album, pucha. Like I have to listen to this album. I have to download it on Apple Music. So, how about you, Loren? What's the best album? Best song rather.
Also Maisi for me. Because
Nice.
Nice.
Maisi basically it tells her life story, and it is 5 minutes and 16 seconds long. That's her birthday, May 16, 5,
Right.
16. It's my favorite album kasi I love her ballads talaga. And I imagine her singing it in concerts or year-end award shows. I think it would be really great to hear that from her.
Cool. What about Marg? Best song. Good Day, right?
Best song for actually, Maisi is one of my top 3, but I think it's Coin. I don't know. It's Coin. Have you listened to Coin?
No, I haven't. Like I said, I haven't listened to the whole album.
Okay, it's my favorite.
Is it like a poppy song or is it a slow song?
It's a funky song.
Funky song. Okay.
Yes.
You know what? Pucha, dapat I should have listened to the album. My God. I feel really bad that I haven't listened to it yet. But so
All right.
for the both of you, it's Micey and then Coin for I say Marg here. What's a song? Let's say I give you like a short topic here before we get to our last commercial break. Quick question: what's a song that if ever that someone's being introduced to IU, and sabihin nyo na listen to LILAC or LILAC. What's a song that you want them to listen to? Would it be the title track easily? If you're gonna pick one.
I think.
Yeah, right? Kasi yung title track yung pinaka,
Yes.
probably bombastic out of all of them because there's a reason why it's a title track. And producers and probably IU thinks that this would really garner the most views given how we wrote it and how it was produced and everything. So is it ano tawag dito? Unanimous for the three of you? Do you think Lilac is the song to beat on this album?
Yes.
Sa akin, sige, ikaw muna. Ikaw muna.
Lilac actually sets the mood for the entire album. So I think if I recommended Lilac, they would be interested to listen to the whole album.
Okay. Si Seb, may iba siyang sinasabi. Seb, what's your
Yung sa akin kasi, being a person who likes ballad, siguro ang i-recommend ko talaga is yung Micey. Kasi kung pag pinakinggan mo yung Micey, para siyang may Disney vibes. Na mag-i-start siya sa slow, tapos paangat ng paangat yung mood, ganon. Tapos lyric-wise, sobrang ganda din ng flow ng lyrics ng Micey. Sobrang meaningful niya rin, lalo na yung part na dulo. Yung but still sometimes there will be days in which I lose against life. Even if I got lost, I know my way back. Sobrang solid niya lang talaga. Tapos vocals, kapag usapang vocals, wala namang question siguro. Siyempre si Ayo yan. Ano ba bang diba?
Right.
Mo doon.
That's right.
Tapos sa Micey kasi, may acapella sa dulo. Tsaka high notes.
Yes.
Opo.
Diyos ko po. I love it. Probably I'm gonna listen to the whole album after this episode. Obviously, I will. I'll definitely have that. It's the 8th track of the album, Micey. I'll definitely listen to that with full intent. Kasi you guys talk a lot of positivity towards this song. Is it really a good song or is it probably because tawag dito may sentimental value lang for Uranus? Or was it really a good song? I think both. Okay. I gotta listen to this album. I'm so excited. Let's end this episode already. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let's get to our last commercial break. We still have you know what? Before we get to that, let's open the topic. So recently, there's recently I found out that there's this video, not a video, pero there's a quote from JYP. Kasi there's the video circling again, if not the first time, of IU auditioning for JYP, right? So JYP said that I'm gonna find out who turned her down and fire that person. So someone from JYP apparently turned IU down. And you know how JYP speaks very highly of IU, right? Kasi sobrang
Yes.
super fan si JYP ni IU. Like at that, sabi nga niya dun sa Infinite Challenge guesting nila, at that age to produce that many songs and produce it consistently good, parang there's something really awesome about you. And IU's never been dubbed as an idol, and I feel like an idol is for me personally. I feel that if you dub her as an idol, I feel like it's a downgrade to what she really is, which is like a full-fledged, authentic musician, which is something that you obviously it's part of K-pop, but a lot of K-pop idols are obviously really good musicians. Pero no one for me has been a full-fledged musician. Unlike
Like
IU na you just give her a guitar and like you'll melt. Parang hindi niya kailangan mag-exert ng any sort of valiant effort to impress you with what she can do with a freaking 6-string guitar, which is super cool. And just going back to what I said earlier, JYP, you know, with that audition clip doing its run, said that I'm gonna fire whoever turned her down. I was wondering, what could be like? Do we imagine IU being the same, or garnering the same success, if she signed with JYP? And that's a topic for later on after the last commercial break. So let's get to our last commercial break. When we come back, more of the show with our lovely admins of IU Philippines. Do not go away.
This is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
What's up, simps? How many of you guys use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, this show included, and choose over a variety of artists and podcasters for your listening pleasure. So don't forget to download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow me on social media so that you'll know when the Kingdom Podcast will be on air. That's Yuukmeister on Twitter and Instagram. See you there. Hey podcasters. Podcasting has become a staple when it comes to new things to try, especially here in the Philippines. Check all of them out on your podcast players like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We also hope you can donate to the show for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and a small amount like this would definitely help us out to keep the show going. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Hey everyone, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Hey, welcome back to the podcast. Again, this is the time where I invite you guys to donate to the podcast to keep our show going. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. You can donate as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account to help us, continue on with the show, get more guests for you, get IUPH to guest again. Para next time may, talent fee na sila, ganon stuff. So, guys, if you want to support the Kingdom Podcast in a small way, you can donate as low as 99 cents. Wala pang 50 pesos in. Go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. You're still with me, Yuuki, with our awesome admins of IU Philippines, Sebseb, Marg, and Loren. You can follow them on Twitter at IUPhils. Guys, do you want to promote your own socials? Maybe? Para alam nila?
We have Twitter
Mhm.
and Instagram and Facebook page, also Facebook group, and all our username are
Under
at
IU
IUPhils.
Phils. Your own personal socials, like your Twitter account. Oh. Si Marge, fina-follow ko na siya tsaka si Sebseb. I don't know about you, Loren. What's your social?
I'm at Julia Astrea on Twitter.
Si Seb nagbago ng ng username eh. You can follow Seb on Twitter at rosegoldpetal. And Seb, you have Rose as your photo.
Yes.
Yes, good stuff. How'd you like the debut?
Solo debut. Solid din.
I love it, right?
Pero
A good
mas
song.
nakapag-focus ako kay Ayu kasi ballad.
Okay, so you're more on the ballad side. All right, I
Yeah.
gotcha. You can follow Marge on Twitter, which is actually one of the best Twitter handles I've ever seen. It's Margieun. So MARGIEUN. Margieun. I love it. So smart. It's like Marge and then Giun. Kasi IU Giun. So super cool.
Yes.
All right, good stuff. So going back to the topic, So you guys, how do you see this? Like, do you think she would gain the same amount of success if she signed with the JYP? Start with Loren first. Loren?
If IU ended up signing with JYPN, frankly speaking, then there's no IU. She would
Ooh,
have a
okay.
different stage name, and
Oh, you think?
I think she would have debuted as a girl group member, specifically maybe a member of Miss A, uh,
Oh,
JYP's girl group, but
right.
Miss A already disbanded.
You
In
think?
that case, I can imagine her career like what Susie has right now, full-time actress.
Okay. Yeah, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? However, we're
Yes,
not really seeing. We're not going to be able to see, the IU blossoming into like the sort of musician that she is. Probably because there's always that sort of conversation where she's not gonna get the same amount of spotlight due to the fact that she's in a group. Kasi that's how groups are. Until you get to a such point na magsasolo ka na, that's probably the time. But probably there will be a time that magsasolo siya, right? Kasi groups tend to do that. Like you're gonna
yes.
debut with a group and then magkakaroon kayo ng mga solo debuts and stuff, like what's happening with every single member of every single group. So probably that's the only time. Imagine hearing Good Day in 14. Ganon katagal before you hear it, right? Kasi dun lang siya naging, I guess, solo. So
Solo.
yeah, it's a bit hard of a pill to swallow. Marge, how's it you? You think she would gain the same amount of success under JYP?
I think she would gain, but not being a solo artist. I think same with what Loren said. She would be on a group. Like what we had talked the past podcast, diba? I said na baka siya yung umangat sa group and
Yeah.
totally mag-break out yung group kasi nga
Mm-mm.
siya lang parang IU and the backup dancers magiging ganon.
Right, that's right. And I didn't disagree with you on that.
If JYP would give a chance to her to make her own music, I think she'd probably be as successful as she is now.
It just might take a while before that happens because JYP doesn't really debut solo singers. That's not really their formula. So yeah, I get what you mean. Seb.
Ano ba to? Philosophically speaking kasi, kung i-compare natin yung reality na meron tayo ngayon sa what if na iniisip natin, may possibility na mag-end up tayo sa maraming sagot or baka umabot pa sa extent na wala tayong makuhang definite na sagot, di ba? Kasi kung sasabihin natin na what if, ayun nga, napunta si Ayu sa JYP, magiging iba ba lahat? For me, that is something na we all know, but at the same time, we don't. So, ang alam kasi natin from our experience ngayon, na for example, JYP, meron silang certain style na so kunyari, pag tinanong sa atin to ngayon, baka maisip natin na, ayun nga, Ayu na nasa group or si Ayu kumakanta ng twice na kanta, ganon.
Sure.
Pero what if dahil nandun si Ayu sa JYP, mag-iba din yung style ni JYP through the years.
Okay.
So for me, it's something na we cannot know for certain. Pero may common factor kasi akong nakikita mula sa past ni Ayu at saka sa current niya na pwedeng mag-lead sa particular reality kung iisipin natin. So, isa doon is yung passion ni Ayu to bring meaningful songs sa mga fans niya.
Sure.
Ever since talaga nung nagsimula siya, makikita na natin yung desire niya mag-grow as a singer. Tapos up until now, sobrang nakakabilib lang talaga na na sobrang consistent niya sa goal na yon. To the extent na sinabi niya nga na ang meaning niya as an artist is to bring meaningful songs sa mga fans niya.
Sure.
Tapos second factor na naisip ko is yung criticisms na natatanggap ng idols. Maraming na-receive si Ayu na criticisms na hindi constructive na nagbigay sa kanya ng stepping stone para mas galingan niya pa, which is very visible pa rin naman hanggang sa ngayon. So I think yung dalawang factor na yon yung tutulong sa akin sumagot para masabi na no matter where or when mag-debut si Ayu, magiging Ayu pa rin talaga siya. And that's the best part of her, na siya yung common factor between her past at saka yung present, kaya siya naging successful ngayon. Yun lang.
Yes.
Look at you! Look at you, man! You should. Did you ever consider podcasting, maybe? Wala bang IUPH podcast na baka niluluto nyo? I mean, that's so good,
Sebseb
Seb.
na daw mag-start.
Freaking A, man. Good for you. I mean, I can't. To be honest, I can't really imagine IU debuting with any other group. For the sake of doing the topic, obviously, because we're speaking hypothetically, I could always think of like a Miss A or maybe a Wonder Girls that needed IU at one point. Obviously, because of the amount of overflowing talent that she has. Like whichever group she gets in, it's it's a win. But Seb here put up a good point where maybe JYP might change his formula if ever that someone like IU debuts under JYP Entertainment. Maybe there's something that he can reconsider when it comes to helping out groups and stuff, and which is super cool now that I thought about it, because you can't really shade over the fact that IU is such a talented human being. And
Yes.
as someone from the scene, and if you're a business owner, you have to exploit that. Exploit being the word. Kasi wala ganun talaga, you have to. Lugi ka kung hindi mo siya ginawa eh. If you have that God-given talent and you have it under you, parang you have to do something about it. Hindi po pwedeng wala. Kasi lugi ka. Yung wala kang kumbaga return of investment and stuff, in lack of
Yes.
proper term. So that's something that, oh my God, you guys, Seb, Jesus Christ, man. I didn't even think about you doing that. But yeah, that's something that really should we really should consider as something as someone that's talking about the topic hypothetically. Now, here's a short topic. No explanations needed, but if you want to explain, that's fine. Let's start with Seb first. Seb, other than JYP, if you had to think of an agency that may need IU, or that best suit IU, which agency would that be? And which group? Or will she debut as a solo from there?
Wala akong choice.
Hypothetical nga lang, hypothetical.
Hindi, aside kasi sa Loren, sa JYP, at saka sa YG, ayun lang yung tatlong familiar akong agency.
SM.
Tapos tinanggal pa yung JYP. Saan siya pupunta?
SM.
Ayoko sa SM.
Sino ba may gusto sa SM? Okay, so about in YG, like, do you think she would debut as 21?
21.
Hindi ko feel yung style ng YG, lalo na kung ilalagay natin sa context ni
Solo.
IU.
No, that's fair.
So kung ibang agency, wala, JYP din talaga.
Okay, I can't disagree with you on that. How about you, Marg?
If you're familiar with AOMG,
Yeah, I am.
Yes.
I think it's J Park's
Yeah, aren't they all rappers?
label. I think recently he signed there. Hai.
Hai.
Diba she's from
Lehigh.
YG?
Lehigh.
Lehigh.
Yeah. Lehigh is already there. Yeah, I saw her. Yeah, she signed with AOMG. So you think AOMG would be best suited for IU?
I think. Kasi mostly solo artists
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
under Sonic.
and it doesn't hinder her from blossoming into like a solo artist since she's not
Yes.
required to be in a group. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I can take that. Loren,
Yes.
and we're gonna hear
Um,
Loren like curveball SM.
I actually can think of a better agency than EDAM. But if I were to choose AUMG, same as Ate Marg, because I love J Park and
Baka naman bias to, guys, ah.
no,
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 I'm kidding.
no, I've witnessed how they handle their artists.
Right.
See?
They promote their artists well. And I think
Actually,
Ayu will be able to express herself well there.
Mhm.
diba?
And she will be able to have this artistic and creative freedom in an extent I don't think any agency could give her, aside from EDAM.
That's fair. You know, for the sake of it, before we get to my point, I thought of two. So I thought of her debuting as a solo, and her debuting as a part of a group. And this is me speaking unbiasedly, yet sounds biased at the same time. So, I thought of two. So, what do you want? You guys want first, the solo or the group?
She would be best with solo, I think.
Then, what do you want to hear first? Like for my point, like, palagay nyo.
As a group.
Group muna. O, sige,
As a
let's group. Okay. RBW Mamamoo.
Oh, yes.
I think she would definitely blossom as a part of Mamamoo. Look, I hate RBW.
Because they're
Vocal group.
Yeah, they're a vocal group,
Oo,
right?
vocal.
Mm-mm. Plus, they don't really, it doesn't give them the pressure of knowing how to dance like super extensively. Kasi, they have to focus on the vocals mostly. It's not that Mamamoo is not a good dancing group, because obviously they are. I mean, they're sporting Wee-In, which is one of the most unorthodox dancers out there. But then again, when it comes to just sheer vocal range and harmony, I think she would best suit Mamamoo if ever that she gets in a group. So that's it for me. Plus, kasi Mamamoo doesn't really have a main singer, because all of them are tremendous singers. So walang nakadub sa kanila as main singer. And I feel that when IU's there, I don't think that she will be the main singer as well. I don't think there will be that kind of that kind of conversation, since all of them are really good singers and would really complement each other. So that's for me. RBW for group Mamamoo. However, when it comes to a solo act, and I know it's pretty late, but P Nation, man. I don't know about you guys. P Nation is like, I love Psy. I love what he's doing with his agency. I love how he's going through such lengths to give them the freedom. Kasi like ultimate freedom talaga. Like if you look at interviews with Hyuna or Jessie or Dawn, they're saying that he just lets us do our thing. It's like, you want to go on vacation, you can go on vacation. You want to produce your own song, you can produce your own song. Like, he's just there to give out the money, Plus, he's really hands-on. Do you know that he attends and sometimes directs music videos, especially for Jessie? So I feel that kind of support would definitely give IU that sort of edge, if ever that she didn't have it with her agency, which I highly doubt, obviously. But then again, if I thought about it, probably P Nation. I love Psy. I like what he's doing with his artists, and if ever that she does debut with P Nation, I think that she would still blossom. There's really no change when it comes to what IU can bring to the table. Kasi, plus it gives her more freedom. Probably freedom that she didn't get. If ever that she didn't get freedom nung bago siya when she was just debuting. So I don't know. That's
Good point.
that's my 2 cents on it. I don't know. You guys can disagree with me, obviously, but I'm a big fan of IU, and I'm a big fan of P Nation. And if ever that in any sort of capacity they collaborate with each other, I'm all for it. All for it.
That would be nice.
Right? I want a fast beat IU song, like a Gangnam Style type IU song. I mean, wouldn't it be like something that would trend worldwide, like the new Gangnam Style? Plus, just focusing on the vocals and whatnot, which is super cool. I like it. All right. Wow. Sabi ko sa inyo, long topic yun eh. All right. Let's get to our last topic for today before we cap it off. Guys. So, to help promote IU's comeback, like what are the plans of IU Philippines? What are the things that you're currently doing right now to promote it?
Actually, we had a lot of things prepared. Some are done already.
Mm-hmm.
We did IG advertisement. We had bus stop ads at Seoul. If you saw it, it's on our page.
Right. Well, you guys have a lot of money.
We had comeback campaign in selected restaurants and stores, and recently we had IG live for a raffle, I think.
Ba't di ko alam yan? Pinafollow ko IUPH Ba't di ko alam yan? Ba't may pa-raffle? Ba't di ko alam? Okay, so you've been busy, right? With LILAC and everything. And you're still not done.
I think meron pang iba na
Damn.
to be announced.
Yes.
Loren.
There are a few things that UNS can look forward to. Winners of IU Philippines and IUX Junior Store Campaign Raffle shall be announced soon. And raffle will be via Instagram Live on IU Philippines official account. And we also have LILAC and Coin Dance Challenge coming up. Details are to be announced soon, so please stay tuned.
Can I join?
Yes.
Sure.
Am I gonna, what are we?
Galingan mo.
Oo nga, kailangan ko galingan, Seb. Pwede bang pointers, guys? you know, guys, I'm now a TikTok simp, and I always say it on the podcast. Like, I don't do the TikTok thing. I find it cringy. So I don't post videos per se. But like I look at a lot of videos every day.
Same.
Right? Every day.
Lalo na yung mga pet.
Oh yeah, the pets. My thing right now is the swag. You know King Christian? Yeah, it's yung nagsaswag face. He's my thing now. However, I just gotta say, IU has to be one of the most beloved idols in TikTok. I don't know if you guys know that, but whenever I see something IU related on TikTok, it's always very positive. And I'm just really happy, and talagang it's hard to hate someone like IU, right? I mean, and that's not me just saying that, kasi it's difficult. Like if you're the kind of fan, and I want to say this in a very general sense, if you're a kind of fan where you say that, hindi naman talented yan eh. You can't say that to IU since she's very talented. Hindi naman maganda boses yan eh. You can't really say that to IU because she's a tremendous singer, also dancing as well. So you can't. When it comes to standing K-pop, if you're that kind of fan where there's toxicity flowing in your veins, and you bombard other idols with hate, it's just really difficult to give IU any sort of hate due to the fact that she's just a tremendous singer, a tremendous musician, and that's it. Yun yung basically hinahanap mo from an idol, and she's already giving it out, like putting it out there on the table, and it's just so overwhelming what kind of person she is. Like, she's really kind, and I wish I would have seen her here in when she did the concert. Tumambay siya dun sa kapehan na tinatambayan ko dati, and I wasn't there, so it kind of sucks. But there's something that there's something that you should really just love about IU, and that's something that I myself, as a fan of IU, I'm really proud to say that you can't. There's just no way for you to hate her. It's just so lovable, so kind, so precious. And she feels like she's now 28, pero parang feeling mo kailangan mo pa rin siyang protektahan because she's still the nation's daughter in some sort of capacity. So, I don't know about you guys, and I don't feel like IU's really slowing down anytime soon. And I'm just so glad that she released this album. I haven't listened to it, like I said, but I'm so excited to see what she has in store for us next. And I feel that IU Philippines obviously will be there with us to figure that out. So, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna cry. Thank you so much. Like, do you guys have anything to promote before we go?
Please follow us on our official accounts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at IUFeels, and stay tuned to our upcoming announcements.
Man, dude, Marge, you gotta tell G na alagaan to si Loren. Loren's doing a lot of things for IUPH, man.
Bata ko yan.
Bata ko yan. Homie ko yan, homie. You guys might want to consider doing a podcast. No, sincerely. I feel that Sebseb would really bring something to the table here. He's really in depth,
Go, Seb.
Seb, go to anchor.fm. Libre yun, Chong, libre. Anchor.fm. Plus, IUPH will definitely obviously support you if you do a podcast thing. I mean, Sebseb, you're really very articulate, and you know what you're saying, and we don't normally have that here on the podcast. So do it. Why not? Unless busy ka, I mean, obviously. Pero if you guys have time. Marge, ikaw din, sumama ka. Loren, kayong tatlo. It's fun. You gotta do it. I mean, you gotta figure that out. It's a good medium. Plus, it gives Uranus from the Philippines and from around the world some kind of content where hindi pa nila na, kasi wala namang IU-centered podcast eh. So, be the first. Freaking A. Super cool. All right.
Kuya Yuuki.
Again, before we go, Loren, what's your Twitter account again?
Julia Astrea.
For
Julia.
Yep.
For Twitter.
Yeah, Julia Astrea, right? Tama ba?
Yes.
Yeah, Julia Astrea for Loren here. You can follow Seb on Twitter at Rose Gold Petal, and for Marge here at Marge Gion. Friggin' A. Thank you guys so much. Kailangan matalo ditong episode na to, yung episode dati
Most played.
Most played episode, please. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, IU Philippines. You can follow them on Twitter at IUPhils. That's also the same for Facebook and for Instagram at IUPhils. This episode will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. You can follow me on Twitter at YouthMeister and on Instagram, and for the Kingdom Pod at the Kingdom Pod PH, all on Facebook, Twitter, and on Anchor. Thanks guys so much. You guys are freaking awesome. Pag nag-comeback ulit siya, balik ulit kayo. You know the drill. Hindi tayo mawawala ng conversation, I promise you guys. Thanks for everyone who listened. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by The Voice DJ Yuuki and co-engineered by senior producer Jason Aguayo. Special thanks to the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Anchor at the Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast,
and any of the platforms you use to listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.